Hello to all my beautiful neighbors. Welcome to Onbrittsblock. I am Britt. As you come in, please like the video. It helps me to get in the algorithm and seen by more people. So hey y'all, look. That little button out there that say like. Go on, hit that button, please. Get the likes up. I love y'all. Let's get these likes up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, that little button on the other side that say subscribe. Go on to your neighbors, family, and friends to come on over to Onbrittsblock and find out what's going on. And make sure you turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, guess what? You're going to be informed. You're going to be informed. And if you want to be a blessing to my channel, you can at Cash App $ Onbrittsblock. Again, Cash App $ Onbrittsblocks, or through super stickers, super thanks, super chats, and also being a member. So if you like to join my channel, come on over here and join. It's only $1.99. So y'all, these are our announcements. Please govern yourself accordingly. Hey, my little rays of sunshine. I know y'all miss me. I'm just joking, but I hope everybody has had a great week so far. Today is Wednesday. It's hump day already. So I know I've been doing Love Marriage Huntsville. I'm behind like 2 episodes. So today we're gonna review episode 2, and I'll be back with 3. So let's get into this. Let's start off with this. First, the 2 unpowerful couples come on. Caillou and Kimmy, and Kendra and She-Woman. So when they come in the restaurant, Maurice says to Kendra, she's like, Kendra's Ken, so that's Ken. Because he act like a woman. You know, you come in with a t-shirt on like it ain't cold outside. He said, I just came off the road. Now, we all know that it was said already that she was out here walking through the woods, smoking them trees, that you don't have no license. So, sir, don't start with that lie. I was just coming off the road. Off the road well, off the road to pull in the parking lot for y'all to go to this restaurant. They starting with lies already. But anyway, let's continue. So, we see that this season, Woot Woot is going to be He-Man and Kenya's storyline. They're at a restaurant and they were talking to Caillou and Kimmy again. And the thing is, if Ken can just understand that, stay in your place, play your role, and that's as Trish's boyfriend. Not even her fiance, none of that. Y'all can say y'all could be fiance. You ain't nothing until y'all get married. So they saying, first of all, Trish lying, saying when Ken dropped the kids off, he came in the house, he was just so hostile. He was not hostile. That girl started with him first. Her little friend that was in there, they had all this smoke. She started it first. Because what she should have done was when he came in there was, Trish should have had all to say, so, hey, what you in my house for? You know, however she want to say it, but she up there. What you gotta do? He's like, you know me. No, but I got some stuff to say to you. That shouldn't have been said. Period. Point blank. He in your house. That's your husband. You should have been the one talking to him, not her. Now y'all want to sit there and allow this man like, oh yeah, he came in, he started with her, he just walked up in the house. He told you I came in the house because my daughter brought my daughter's stuff in the house. He said that, but yet still, you want to act like it's him. And then Ken wanna, well, I had a meeting with him, and we talked about it. First of all, it's not your place to be meeting with him. Whatever issues that he has with Trish and him got to come to some kind of middle ground. And it's not you being the middle ground, because at the end of the day, you're going to defend Trish. Something pop off, you're going to defend her. And see, then he go Kimmy. Well, he shouldn't have just go in his house like that. And first of all, it's 2 sides to every story. Your side, their side, and the truth. So before you start trying to chime in on what you think they should do, you need to make sure you ask him what happened. And then y'all ain't got no dog in this fight anyway, because the way Caillou let Cowell talk to Kimmy and have all this free will, I don't care. Whenever something happened, he wanted her to fix with Cowell. Not him fix with Cowell. Not me and you and Cowell sit down and talk about it. No, you go talk to her. Oh, I'm gonna bring Kyle and her husband here. You was more focused on your ex-husband than your wife. So I mean, y'all could better off talking to somebody's little children, but other than talking to them, cause what kind of advice they can give y'all? Cause at the end of the day, Kyle, you ain't raising his own kids. Kim is. When they had an issue, Kim had to deal with it, not him. And then let's go back to the fact where they said that, yeah, we were getting our upstairs done, the house bedroom done. We in an Airbnb. First of all, y'all house don't even like it's got stairs in it. So just say y'all don't move and y'all living in an Airbnb, and stop getting on here lying. These people are trying to debunk so much of the stuff that has been on the website, internet, everywhere, Facebook, Instagram. They're trying to debunk all these stories. Now, y'all should have been trying to fix the lies earlier. If there was lies, you should have fixed them then, because now you look stupid coming months later trying to say, oh, we doing this, oh, we doing that. It ain't working, because I don't believe it, at least. When I tell you this right here, this show is a joke. It's just hilarious. So Martell is at a furniture company, and he looking for a dining room table, living room suite, and some bedroom suits. Boy, you ain't got enough to even probably buy that dining room suite, let alone buy a whole house furniture. So he said he's meeting with Destiny there to pick out furniture for his investment property, and Ariana is gonna move on. Y'all feeling real free to say that girl name. So I don't know, realize if y'all don't know, we don't care. And at this point, we don't like her. So, and then to my, yeah, hopefully things gonna go the right way. You should have been put that girl in the house. She has had so many backgrounds of where she been living. So we know she been moving from place to place, place to place. Now all of a sudden, after 10 years, y'all been together, you gonna put her in one of your investment properties. You should have been put her in one of them. Not just put her in one now. Y'all keep playing in people's face. This is ridiculous. So Destiny comes in and says she want to look at what's furniture for her business. She's like, with that place I had upstairs, now they're downstairs. They got like storefront buildings and stuff for businesses. Why you didn't move down there from the beginning instead of moving into a storage? Because you trying to still act like you ain't moved to no storage room. You did. You moved in a 8x8 storage cubicle to run your business. Now you want to move down here to a storage. And then they showed what like the storefronts were. And they really are stores. They got doors, people don't decorate them. So why was you I didn't really know if I wanted anybody to come in yet. Well, you was sitting there selling through the half door. You might say, might well came in. Well, you didn't anybody come in there because they wasn't going to fit but you and two other people. But I don't know. So Destiny started asking Martell about, settling down with Ariana. Had she looked at rings and said, kind of. You don't kind of look at rings. You either look at them or you don't look at them. And then so he said, you ready to settle and get married? He's like, yeah. And then he go on the green screen. Instead of lying. Yeah, I want to marry Ariana. She wife material. She a good wife. She take care of me. She take care of the family. And she do this. Stop lying. Stop lying. That girl don't work. She don't do nothing. She don't have nothing going for herself. She might, take care of you by cooking this here and there and give you little oodles and noodles and stuff. But that's about it. So then he goes on to say, to Destiny, I'm kind of, he's still stuck. I don't know. I think about, the past every day. Yeah, because you realize what you missed. That was real wife material. That was a real wife that you let go. That you sit here and mess around on, and now you're up here trying to pick up and play the part now that, oh, you want her. You ain't married that girl in all these years. You're not going to marry her now. And you sitting trying to play in somebody's face, and she at home probably every day watching this show when it come on Saturday. Oh, he loves me. Martell's going to marry me. He's never going to marry you, Ariana. Coleslaw, whatever your last name, he will never marry you. I mean, so he playing in that girl face makes I think she really gonna get married, and now that they allowed her, because I mean they just say her name just free as day. But even in the same part of you saying her name, you saying that I miss my past. So this was like, okay, this going on 4 years, and you still, back there. Yeah, you saw this move on, cause you can't move on, because you realize every day you wake up that you and look at your situation, that you messed it up. And Destiny saying, well, he need to go to you need to go to therapy. He's like, Destiny should understand because she somewhat in the same situation. Well, somewhat in the same situation. Destiny not gonna understand as well as nobody else gonna understand why you still trying to hold on to the past. The past don't move on. So should you. So Destiny wants to start talking about her with Lance. So she had, asked her what's going on with Lance, and she said, well, I gave him open book test and he failed it. And she's kind of saying that he's an old soul, but he's not ready for a relationship. I don't think she ready for a relationship. I mean, you saying him, but you need to get yourself together because you still got so much stuff you need to get over and all the lies you can tell. And she just saying that, it seems like he got a lot going on, and he seems to be a good person. So they just dating. But if somebody date her, want to date her, she's gonna date somebody else. Just not even really thinking about Lance and whatever he got going on. So both of them play in the field at this point. So Martell tell her, I need to help you get a man. Boy, you can't even get a woman, so how you gonna help her get a man? Boy, bye. So now we over here with Leak and Tuna Cat. They at the Box of Rocks house, where they call this mansion. They're gonna have now it's funny how they were showing all this progress. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's progress. All they was doing on Instagram, all of a sudden it just a freeze, a hold, because why? They have made a freeze on this project. And I don't understand how y'all want to be millionaires and want to say y'all got this much money. I don't know, y'all trying to outshine people, but it's not working. Why don't y'all get y'all a custom built home in the city? Somewhere, go in the country. Stop trying to live. Oh, we 500 feet up the hill. We in the mountain. The backyard is a box of rocks. That's it. I mean, you doing too much. She saying, well, 3 kids sharing 1 bathroom. So we already know y'all not millionaires, because if y'all was, y'all had a bigger house. Y'all wouldn't be living in this ordinary house. So won't y'all take baby steps? Like step up to another house where you got, a bathroom. You got a house that's got 2.5 bathrooms, 3 bathrooms or something. Stop trying to go out here and build this mansion. Now this money put on hold. And then they talk about I got this building to complete and this building complete. Now they like they completed, but it has nothing to do with him. He can ain't no way in the world he can sit and tell that lie that school or Scott or whoever they want to be are doing them houses. No, you just sitting there watching the people do them houses. And then he talking about Kimmy and need to and Maurice need to get on the page about her business. I talked to Kimmy about something, then I talked to Maurice. Kimmy has already said that this is her project. This is her baby, this is her restaurant, this is what she wanna do. So what you talking to Maurice for? Maurice ain't got no ideas. Maurice probably ain't got no money even to back this project up. So stop talk to the person that this is their vision and not who you feel like you want to talk to. Because Maurice can't tell you nothing, but he's slow. He don't know how to fix stuff. He don't know how to do none of that. So talk to Kimmy. She the one invested her money, you dummy. Even Tuna Cat had system to say, maybe you need to talk to Kimmy. So Tisha talk about she want to get her broker's building done first. Your building should be done a long time ago. So you might well keep on being the housewife and the house mother that you are, because he's not worried about you. He got other stuff to take care of. And she's like, in 2024, I had a lot of people, to pass away in my family, which is true. And, rest easy to everybody, especially the Kiki. And she said 2025 is her year. Well, by the time y'all was filming this, your broker's building should be done, because she said she wanted it done in 30 days. He said 30, business days. Still, it's been about 6 months now probably that y'all filmed this, and it's still not done, because we have not seen it on anybody in the line over on Facebook and over on Instagram, because you like to put up a lot of reels now all of a sudden, and we don't see it. You're not gonna get it. So then she goes on to say that she want to live her best life, and include her mama. And when she said that, the way Marcel looked on his face, like, you want to include who? He said, no. He said, yeah, include my mom. He said, nah, you got me all excited about living your best life, a new life, and then you going to say your mama. But when they got behind that green screen, and Marcel said, yeah, I can, she had room like about 10 acres of land outside. He said, I don't think there's any snakes out there. And then we said, thinking about a food truck, he said, well, there's plenty of wildlife out there she can cook. She can pummel a deer. And Tisha just kind of looking like, what? And my thing is, if it was me, I would defend my mama. But you can't stand up against Marcel for defending Wanda. That is so funny because Marcel's like, no. Marcel don't want to deal with Wanda. Wanda is always that person that want to be that mother-in-law but be that nosy mother-in-law. Instead of just sitting back and letting them live their life and whatever happens, happen. You live and you learn in your marriage, but she want to be a part of it. And Marcel don't like that. And Tisha want to make her part. It's like, no. And then, they had to promote the food truck. Those potatoes. After looking at one of the potatoes, what is that? Potatoes got all the meats that they got in the store in that one potato. I don't want it, but anyway, guess that's advertisement for her. So now it's Caillou and Woot Woot. Caillou said he want to talk to Woot Woot after the fact that he met with Trish and Ken. Now he want to talk to Marquez. He's trying to find out what's going on. And he said, and Marquez said to him from the beginning, he said, she don't really want to divorce me. And the divorce papers she put down that they don't have no kids together. That should have been a clue to Caillou that girl really in love. See, she don't want to be with Ken. But anyway, he said, just talking. And he was just trying to give him advice, asking for advice. Again, I don't know why you asking Maurice, because he don't know what's going on. He ain't got advice for his own relationship. And he said to him, he gave her the Ken. And he kind of looking like, how did you give it to her? She never wanted to sign the papers. If y'all go back to the beginning, to the very first season, the very first time they was on the show, and they was having that dinner, this girl said that they hadn't even talked about divorce. They hadn't been on the table or nothing, but Ken forcing her hand to marry him. And so now that you're on the show, you feeling as though I gotta divorce you. So okay, well, we gonna sign some divorce paper, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and say we ain't got no kids together. So that's gonna make us be together even longer, because now you gotta go back through all that working process of saying we do have kids together. I mean, who is that? And I'll be like, what? Since we got kids together, I need a DNA test for all these children. For these children right here, I need a DNA test. Trish do not want to marry Ken. She didn't want to. At this point in life, she needs to be by herself, just to get to know herself. You've been married since you're about 16, 17, 18 years old. You've been here like 16 years old, and then y'all been married all the time. I think you said 12 years, and when you're still married, she needs to realize and learn, what do I want? I need to learn me as a woman. What do I like to do? What I want to do? Because when you in a marriage or a relationship, you bound by somebody. They gonna tell you when to go, when you can't go. You gotta always check in and don't check in. But when you single, you can live that life and say, okay, I can breathe. I can go here. I can do this. Oh, I like to do this, or I like to do that. Because if you like to cook one thing and they don't like to eat that, you don't want to cook. You ain't gonna cook it. Cook what they don't like to eat. If you like to go somewhere and they don't like to go, you ain't gonna go there because they don't like to go. So it's like, let that lady learn who she is. She don't need to be in no relationship till she learn what Trisha likes. Because at 17 years old, you don't know who you are. And if you forever in a relationship, you still never knew who you are. So Ken basically needs to back off. And like Margaret said, I gave her the Ken. And the thing is, I ain't gonna really say that he gave it to Ken. I'm gonna say the world gave it to Ken, because when she got on that show, they hadn't even talked about marriage. Talked about divorce. She just said, "Oh, we don't talk, we don't get along, we don't do da 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 da." But it's not that wasn't the case. You just don't want to get divorced. I'd rather just stay married and live my best life. No, baby, that's not how it's gonna work. So he was just trying to ask Caillou for advice, but then I want Woo Woo to get out of his mind that you and Trisha and Ken will never be best friends. He's like, yeah, I want to be able for us to get along and be good friends, and I get a girlfriend and we go out on trips together, baby. The hopes and dreams you have, I hate to destroy them, but that ain't gonna happen. And I wouldn't want to go nowhere with them. I want to have my own separate life with them. You don't been through enough as of now, and the way they have drugged you on this show. I wouldn't want to be friends with them. Period. I just want to drop my kids off and go my own separate way. We take our own little trips together. Y'all take y'all's. Wasn't that being together? No, sir. Anyway, so then it's Tisha and MJ riding in the car. MJ is turning 18 years old, and she's asking him, about going off to college. Is he gonna miss her? He is kind of like, pretty much. It's funny that when she's talking to him, it's like he has checked out the conversation. When I tell you that is Marceau's son, that is Marceau's son. It's yeah, I don't know. She's like, I'm gonna come and visit you all the time. I'm gonna call you every day. He's like, no, I'm good. Are you gonna really miss me? He's like, he gonna miss his daddy more than he would miss her. He's like, his daddy is the pillar, baby. Okay, that's your daddy, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Cause maybe he'll pillar in your eyes. And then he's like, you more of a lineman. She kept everything in line. So, he just got a tight relationship with his daddy. So he's supposed to be he want to go to Michigan State. I don't know if he really made it or not. They ain't said no more about it, but hope he do go away. Because his mom was really nagging him. He was riding like, I wish he just shut up. The look on his face was priceless. That is Marceau's son. Up and down. Looking like him and act just like him too. So before we dive in this, Ken and Trish have invited Marquez over to have a conversation. But Trish has also invited Sharon to come over because she feel like he owes an apology. He don't owe her an apology. She owe him one for talking. Because it's your house. You should be the one who has been talking, not her. And then also, if you have an issue with somebody, you bring somebody. If y'all feel like y'all need a third person, y'all need to bring a bi-point person. Trish has told her all the bad things about Marquez. Everything she ain't liked about him. And then next thing you know, you're going to call her into a conversation. This man is like being ambushed by 3 people. You got Ken that's wavering. You don't know whose side he want to be on. You got Trish, and then you got this girl Sharon. She don't need an apology. Because she should have kept her mouth shut. I mean shut. Shut the front door. Shut the back door. Shut the side door. And shut the F up. That's all I got to say on that. And again, before we go into this, I want Ken to get in his place. I know Ken want to work this thing out between them two. But they're husband and wife. Let them work the issue out however. I don't care if they gotta throw rocks and cuss each other out. Just let them deal with this. You keep wanting to call meetings between the 3 of them, the 3 of y'all. It's not gonna work. Because the thing is, Trish gonna feed off of Ken energy. Because if Ken wasn't really there, it wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't be all this hostile talking and I don't know how it's gonna be and he ain't this and another. She's showing off for Ken. Basically, in my eyes, that's what I think. Now, because if you wasn't there and you let them talk and go to marriage counseling or go talk to somebody by themselves, it wouldn't be none of that. It wouldn't be none of that jumping up and hollering and hooting and hollering and I don't like him, I can't stand him. It wouldn't be that. Ken need to stay in Ken's place. Ken need to be the boyfriend, the dummy that he is, the side dude, the side piece that he is. Stay in the side piece place and quit trying to be the main character in this saga. Because it's not looking good. Leave it alone. You're not the daddy of them children and you're not the husband. So go somewhere and stop. So Ken in the green screen says that In Marquez's mind, he feel like that's his wife, his children, and that's how it go. And that's how things go. And then Ken's like, that's not how it go. Yes, it is. Hello. That is that man's wife, and those are his kids. So that's how it's going. It's not gonna go like that. It ain't go. No, you are the side dude. Get that through your head. You said, he act like he the husband, and he act like he the father. Negro, he is. He is everything you saying is. He is that. Come on now. So, the girl Sharon comes in, and Marquez, when she comes in, Marquez stands up, and he apologizes to her for, disrespecting her any kind of way. Even though, again, I wouldn't have not apologized to her because she started with him. But Marquez was trying to make it known. Look, I didn't just walk into your house. He said she opened the door. She had 3 drinks and 2 bags in her hands. So you know what I look like letting my child carry all this stuff, and she can't carry all this stuff into the house. I didn't walk in your house all willy-nilly, but hold up. Let me go back. So when it first started and the doorbell rang, so this is how you know it be a skinhead time. When the doorbell rang and Ken was going to get up, Ken had time to get up out the couch. Marquez walked on in the door. I said, that's the little skit. That's the skit part. But he was just saying, I wasn't just walking in your house randomly. I was bringing my daughter's stuff in the house. And then when I came in, y'all had an attitude. They filming. Kim, the girl getting all hostile with him. And it's like, again, Ken, get out of this. But for Ken to tell him that, I know those your kids, but I know that's your wife and that's your kids, but right now, that's my family. Again, get a clue. That is not your family. You ain't got, if something happened today to that girl and she died, that money or insurance she got, it's going to Ken. I mean, it's going to Woo Woo. It's not going to you. It's not going to you. And insurance policy is going to him. He will have the final say. If that girl got sick, went to the hospital, and that man, and she's still married, it's going to be to say you are nobody. I know so many people have been in a relationship with people, and they done been married forever to somebody else, and when that person died, the person that you was with, that you've been married to all the time, they got to say over you, and you could be with that other girlfriend 20 years, and y'all been separated all that time. They still got to say over you. Why? Because they family. They next to kin. So here you was talking about, oh, I know it's your wife and them your kids, but right now that's my family. You sound stupid. So Marquez bring up the point of they still going back and forth of that when she filed those paperwork that she put on there that they didn't have in mind the kids. And so she's like, no, I didn't. She run, get the paper. Most likely, she probably didn't even tell Ken that's what she did the first time. Because she's like, yes, it is. He all he up, rah. Look right here. You just got to get in my house. You got to get in my house. Once again, they would have, Trisha and Marquez could never fix that issue if he is always there. He need to pipe down, stay in his place. And Ken was trying to say, you are just the boyfriend. You're the bonus dad. And then he said, you ain't there. I'm always there. I'm taking Zari back and forth saying, you come to Zari competition? He said, yeah, man. I gave you $500. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, he letting everybody know he doing what he's supposed to do. But I know for a fact, because I saw it on what Tay Talk, things that she had the court document, the real court document. That girl had on there, they didn't have any amount of kids. So she had to go back and fix that because, hey, it's don't been exposed that you saying this. Because Trisha don't want this. She don't want it. Tish don't want it. So it's like, just go ahead and tell the truth. So, here you go, He-Man all of a sudden want to jump up, he want to fight Marquez. You know what? If it wasn't for me to come and see my kids, we ain't had no words because if she ain't grown enough herself to go out here and get some help with somebody that can really do this stuff, somebody that's a counselor, she don't want to do it, then you know what? We ain't got to. Don't even worry your pretty head about it. We ain't got to. Because I won't keep dealing with this man that feel like he keep running up on me. He don't know how to stay in his place. And every time you talk about it, he want to call this conversation, oh, he ain't gonna disrespect her. That's why you don't need to be in the middle of it. Because, you feel that Marquez talked to her any kind of way, and he could be talking to her civil, but in your eyes, said it some kind of way, so that's disrespecting her, then you want to go off. These people right here need to stop going. They need to go on somewhere. Ken need to go on somewhere and get his own life, get his own family, and let that girl go on and live her life. And Marquez needs to be daddy to his kids and let Trisha go because she's stupid. She's stupid. She's dumb as a box of rocks. So y'all, that's all I got for this episode. When I tell you, this is about the only thing that's gonna probably give you some kind of something, I guess. I don't know. Cause all the rest of it is like a skit. We're gonna follow the lines. But anyway, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. And you already know what to do. And let's have a marvelous day. Have a marvelous day on purpose.
She got the news, the stories. Come over here.